Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I am your teacher, Dr. Khurram Shehzad, and today I am going to make another video on pronouns. In our last video, I have talked about kinds of pronouns. I have talked about that how we can make use of these pronouns in our written and spoken English. And today I am going to share some of the advanced information related to pronouns. And usually the CSS students or PMS students or our advanced level students, they need such type of information. So for basic information, you can watch my video on pronouns, that is pronouns 1. And after that, you can watch this video for advanced information. So there are some cases where we can use either an object pronoun or a subject pronoun. After as and then in comparative patterns, we use the subject pronoun only in very formal English. The object pronoun is more common. Remember, the style of the author has also changed. Okay. Previously, in their grammar books, they were talking about correct or incorrect English, and now they are talking about formal or informal ways of English. In Pakistan, we make use of British English, and what we expect from our students, that is the formal expressions. And to these formal expressions, we call that this is grammatically correct English. So I am not going to talk about that it is informal or formal. In the context of Pakistan, I will talk about that this is correct or this is incorrect. In spoken English, when you are speaking and you are making such type of mistakes, people are not going to object. But in written expressions, we demand that you write the correct or the formal English. The ski instructor did not ski any better than I. So here you should not be writing than me. Okay? Because after as or then, in formal English, in correct English, according to the context of Pakistan, after then we should use I, subject pronoun, and not the object pronoun that is me. In formal English or incorrect English, we can say the instructor did not actually ski any better than me. So in informal English, okay, it is okay because in their country people speak it like that. So it does not make any difference to us. But when you are giving or writing in the CSS examination, then we do not want that you are making such type of mistakes or you are writing such type of English. So you are supposed to write then I. After as and then we can use a subject pronoun with an auxiliary or modal verb. The ski instructor did not ski as well as I do, or as well as I did, or as well as I can. The ski instructor did not ski as well as I do, did, or can. We usually use the object pronoun in short responses. Who is there? It's us. After it is, we use the subject pronoun in formal English. The object pronoun is informal, and in the context of Pakistan, this is wrong. Formal or correct. It is they who asked for the music to be turned down. It is they, so you should not be saying it is them. It is he who asked for the music to be turned down. It is she who asked for the music to be turned down. So you should not be saying it is him or it is her or it is me. Wrong. So you should say it is I. It is we. It is they who asked for the music to be turned down. When we have a noun and a pronoun or two pronouns together, we tend to put the speaker last, possibly out of politeness. Speaker last meaning the person who is speaking. You and I. So this is the correct way of writing or of saying. You should not be saying I and you. You and I are both invited to the pro celebrity golf match if you fancy it. So correct way of saying is you and I. So you should not be saying I and you. It is you and I. However, if we have a noun and a pronoun where the pronoun does not refer to the speaker, if it is not referring to the speaker, we usually put the pronoun first. Don't you think we should let him and his wife decide when to come? Next rule. We should use object pronoun after a preposition. Although in informal English, we may hear or you may hear the subject pronoun. Informal, incorrect. They are sending the new consignment over for Tom and I to check. Wrong. Because for or over preposition is there, so objective case, object pronoun will be used. They are sending the new consignment over for Tom and me to check. For Tom and me to check. Next rule says, in some exclamations, we modify object pronouns usually with an adjective. Modify, add. Look what I have done, silly me. Lucky old him or her. Old is adjective. Silly is adjective. Okay. So it is only in exclamations. Remember, in exclamatory sentences, we can do this thing. Lucky old him or silly me. We can use a noun after a pronoun to clarify who or what we are referring to. I want you boys. So after pronoun, we are adding the noun just to clarify that who we are referring to. I want you boys to report to the head after this class. Then she, Mrs. Vincent. She, Mrs. Vincent. After pronoun, we are adding the noun. Got up and asked everyone to leave at once. So it is for clarification. Next point is, we use it to refer to animal things, ideas, or actions, and not usually to people unless to refer to an unborn or young baby if the sex is unknown. This I clarified yesterday when we were talking about, in my previous video, about pronouns, that it is used for time, for temperature, for weather, and for human beings, very young babies or unborn babies, if we do not know their sex. Who can that be at the door? It's my neighbor. He often calls this late. So somebody is knocking at the door. So you say, who is it? And the answer comes, it's me. It has been several years since sultry singer Said was last in the spotlight. We use he and she to refer to people and also to animals, especially domestic pets. So if you have got pets at home and you know their sex, we can use he or she for them. We had to take our dog, Damon, to the vet yesterday. He's got ear mites. He's. So he is used for the dog and the sex of the dog is known. The fact that English distinguishes gender with him, he, his, and she, her, hers can cause difficulty in deciding which form to use after a subject or object not clearly of either gender. He, him, or his used to be more common, but many people now object to this. Ways to avoid using he, him, and his include the use of he or she, him or her, his or her in writing, or they, them, or their, or plural in speech or writing. A doctor always makes decisions according to the best of his or her or their knowledge. So previously, even in the context of Pakistan, we were supposed to say for doctor his. But now gender studies has also come to Pakistan, and people usually say a doctor always makes decisions according to the best of their knowledge. In spoken form, their knowledge is correct, and in written form, his or her you can use. But I have seen the assignments of the students because they are also consulting the websites these days. So they are also making use of their. So teachers should also show flexibility. So his or her or their, both of them are acceptable. Doctors always make decisions according to the best of their knowledge. We often use they, them, their after indefinite pronouns. Someone called you from Grant's garage. Oh, did they leave their name? Did they leave their name? So with someone, we are saying they. And yeah, these are being told now in the grammar books. So this is the correct form these days. We use one or ones to avoid repeating countable nouns. Countable nouns. Only with countable nouns we can use one or ones. Do you prefer the dark chocolates or the light ones? So ones is referring to the chocolates and we do not want to repeat the chocolates here. So ones, dark chocolates or the light ones. We do not use one to replace uncountable noun. Yes, one cannot replace uncountable noun. Do you prefer white rice or brown? So you cannot say, do you prefer white rice or brown one? Wrong. We can use one or ones after the and adjective, but not immediately after a or an. So with a or an, one cannot be used, but with the or adjective, it can be used. I would like a loaf of bread. Can you pass me a one from the top shelf? Wrong. I would like a loaf of bread. Can you pass me one without a? Can you pass me one from the top shelf? These are interesting fossil specimens. There is an amazing one with adjective, an amazing one. We do not use one or ones when we refer to an item that has previously been defined. I need a drink, a large one, any drink. Where is my drink? Oh, there it is. Defined, a drink, my drink. So, about reflexive and reciprocal pronouns, I have already talked about. Okay, so quick, the babies burned her. This is wrong. So babies burned herself. Ben treated him to an ice cream. Him means someone else, not Ben. Ben treated himself to an ice cream. So here himself is referring back to Ben, which is the subject of the sentence. After prepositions, we use an object pronoun to refer to the subject when it is clear who or what it refers to. Otherwise, we use reflexive pronouns. Compare. Jim emerged from the underground station and looked around him. Jane was upset. Alexa was really annoyed with her. Jane was upset. Alexa was really annoyed with herself. Dear students, in this video, I have talked about some of the important points related to pronouns. I hope these things will be clear to you. Thank you very much.